Alright, so just before parent-teacher conference here, we want to help you out. And so we're doing the absolute value. And let's see here. So then we'll start with number 1. So number 1, if you want to use the XY table just to understand absolute value, you can. And so let's see here. So we choose values for x. Like -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Maybe we'll need 3 as well, maybe not. And then we plug it in, each x value. So x equals -2. We're going to plug that in right here in place of x. So then we get, let's see here, y equals negative absolute value of -2 minus 1. It's kind of a tough one, this first one, isn't it? So the absolute value of -2 is a +2. Then the negative comes with it now. And then -1 gives us a -3. So then we know that -2 goes with the -3.
Almost ready to start. We have about 2 minutes until it begins.
-2.
We have a number of parents that will be here ready at 1 o'clock. So if you can make your way to the common
y equals negative
we can begin on time.
1 minus 1.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So the absolute value changes the negative. Be right there, parent-teacher conference. So that becomes a +1. Bring down the negative with another negative. That's a -2. So then we have -1 with a -2. So we go -1 and then down to -2. We put a 0 in there. And that just goes away and becomes a -1. And we put -1. And we put a 1 in there. Negative absolute value of 1 minus 1. So that becomes +1 with a negative, and -1 with the -1 is a -2. We go over 1 and down 2. And then automatically we start seeing the pattern there. Try to get your dots straight in the line of an absolute value that's going down. So you notice if there's a negative in front of the absolute value, it means it's going downward. Going downward. Okay? So there's number 1. Number 2, I'm going to try to do something different this time. I'm going to try using our shifting to kind of look at from our notes there. So y equals the a times the x minus h plus the k. Where that's the shift upward, shift downward. This is to the right or to the left is the h. And then the a also tells us if it's pointed downward or not. And that's if it's negative, which in our case, yes, but this problem it is negative, so yes, pointed downward is positive, then it would be pointing upward if it's positive. Okay? So in this case, I'm just going to look at this graph and see that it's going to be a pointed downward graph with a slope of -1 over 1. So down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. I need to see where my origin is, and so I don't have a plus k there, so +0. So it's just going to be along the x-axis somewhere. And then, so that's a +2, and it's the inside of the absolute value, so we're going to think the opposite. So instead of going right 2, we're actually going to go left 2. Okay? And then with our slope there, that -1 slope, we're going to go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. So it'll go this direction with a mirror image of going this direction. So there's your answer for number 2. That wasn't too bad. Okay, we'll jump down to one of these. Let's do this one, my favorite. Number 4, you saw this on the bell quiz. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you get that right? Ooh, is it upwards or is it downwards? Well, that has a 1, and it's actually a +1 that's being multiplied with the absolute value of x. So that means it's going to go upwards. Up and to the right, up and to the left. Okay, so this one, we'll jump down to maybe a harder one. Yeah, look at that one. So this means to go what? Go down 4 because of this guy. And this guy means to go, let's see, right is positive, I gotta think of the opposite. So you're right, that means I'm gonna go what 4? I'm gonna go, the opposite of +4 is left 4. Another way you can think of it is what value is going to make this 0? X plus 4, absolute value. What value is going to make that, make the whole thing, right? Make the whole thing equal to 0. That'd be the x-intercept. So a -4 is going to make, that 0. And so since that -4 is going to make that 0, that means that we go left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's our origin. Then it tells us to go down 4. So we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. And so right there is actually going to be our origin for number 6. Now, because there is not a negative number, it is going to go upwards, right? Not negative, smiley face, positive. So from here, we're going to go up 1, over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1, over 1. Let's do one with maybe a slope to finish off here. With the slope, which is a number in front of it, if we have one. Oh, I guess we didn't have any. Looked out there. What? We need to add some for next year. So that's just a shift up 2. Those shouldn't be too bad. Shift up 4, but pointed downward. This one looks kind of tricky. Number 10, maybe. So this is saying, do I go right or do I go left? Because it's inside. Well, it's the opposite, right? So if I'm thinking -2, it's actually not. That means go to the right. Because we need a +2 to make it 0. So +2 is my origin. And then this is just telling me to go down. So hopefully that helped you. Got to jump over and down, parent teacher conference. Thanks for watching, and definitely be here next time when we do the activity to match these things up with equations and graphs. Peace out. Thanks for watching. Bye.